And we are live. We are live. We are live. Let's see. Got my mic set. Can everyone hear me okay? Let's give it a moment for people to pour in. Make sure we're set up properly over here. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Yes, we're going to talk. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it all. I need to, just one sec, I need to get rid of this. Oh, what did I do here? I need to get rid of the music here. Let's pause that. Pause that music. Nope, that's sound effects. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Let me just open up the chat here. Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to show comments on the stage. Let me set that up. Still remembering which way does it work best? Small, medium. Okay, we'll leave it there so that when I display comments, they can show up properly. So what are we talking about today? Well, first of all, that scrubbed video. That's the first thing that we're talking about. Obviously, the big event of the weekend was the Conservative Convention 2026. It looked huge. It looked so successful. I had such major FOMO watching it all unfold, but unfortunately, I could not be there as much as I wanted to. I had some family things to deal with that were just kind of just completely overtook the end of my week. Just going to leave it at that. But yeah, absolutely could not put family aside to go to this event as much as I would have liked to. Looked incredible, looked huge. Yeah, so welcome everyone in the chat. That's what we're talking about today. The video that was scrubbed and the Conservative Convention. So many of my friends were there. I'm sorry if I'm like lamenting about my FOMO syndrome right now. We'll get to your comments too. Today I set a goal for 15 super chats. I'm being a bit ambitious. So I've set that goal. And the goal, if it's met, I'm going to hold an extra live stream during the week next week. And since our last goal was met, thank you to our superstar, Wickenden, I believe it was. I'm going to probably launch a Q&A in the chat here. So yeah, come in, settle down, get comfy, and we're just going to get right into it. Let me just say hello to everyone who was here first. We've got Chuck, Shadow Projection, Research This. Carl Jung wrote about it. That's what the media is using. No accident. They say this and that. Tyrannical Hitler, etc. Okay. Matt is here. Welcome, Matt. Nice to see you in the chat. Gothic Blonde is here. Heyo. Here's me saying, I'm prompt. I'm on time. 4:30, right on time. David's here. David's a member. Welcome. 94% conservative voted for property rights. Who are the 6% that didn't? That's a good question. We're going to, yeah. Did you guys pay close attention to the Conservative Convention? I had my hands so full that I tried to pay as much attention as I could, but it is a lot of it probably escaped me, although I did try to save some of it. I'm saying to this, Joe, I'm saying like it's called being pals here. There's no stalking going on. That was funny. Silverfeet says mainstream media is the propaganda arm of the liberal government, Well, I would qualify that. Liberal government, yeah. Parental rights, no to child gender affirming care, failed the vote. Yeah, that was, I saw that. I know that was the big controversy. We'll talk about that too. Very disappointing to know that happened. Thank you for letting me know, informed voters, that you can hear me. Cat, says Matt. Welcome, welcome. How are they? How are they conservative? They can't even answer to well, to answer that, not first of all, not all of them. Not all of them. Uh, but yeah, that was disappointing that that motion, whatever it was defeated. Hi, Brian. Nice to see you in the chat. In my opinion, best they stayed out of it. It's not a die on topic rather than things more important. I'm not. Are you referring to the what I just talked about? I don't know. Um, Yes, hello, hello again. Nice to see you. I think two genders are important. Yes, I agree, very important. I don't understand what's going on with that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments there. What happened? I know it was very narrow, and I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, that's it. Conservatives are not conservative," but um I don't know. They say it's too divisive. I don't think it's too divisive. Obviously, I'm of the opinion that they need to take much harder stances. That's my opinion. Uh, I think that opinion would win. We're increasingly going in that direction. The pendulum is swinging towards sanity. So I don't know what happened there. I don't want to say the whole thing was a failure just because of that, but I'm definitely not going to hide my disappointed that that's the way that it went. Um, Gothic Blonde says, "Is it okay to shamelessly plug my channel?" Well, the your channel is at Gothic Blonde, and if anyone wants to check it out, they should. Awesome, freedom-oriented music, political, right? Like that kind of stuff. You paid attention, but you ran out of quarters. Okay. Um, New Brunswick, Canada is in the house. Welcome, Nelson. Energy Freak, welcome. Thank you for being in the chat. Hi, Cat from another cat, says Cat. Welcome, welcome. Melissa Lanceman probably has her own group of followers. Okay. Okay. Oh, hey. Hey-oh. Evening. Evening, freaking. What do you think about the BC Prosperity Project? They're having a meeting tomorrow in Campbell River. Haven't paid close enough attention to opine, but if you are an ex, or to send a link in the chat here. Should we get to the video that they scrubbed from CPAC? Like that was crazy. It was a ex user that managed to capture it, before. So like when I think I watch CPAC a lot. So when they hold a live, like there's a lot of preamble. And then there's like the main thing, which is Carney speaking or whoever is doing the presser or whatever. And then when that's live, so you can see it happening. But when they post it, sometimes they clip it short to just the main thing. But yeah, people are saying it's scrubbed. People are saying it's scrubbed. Dave says happy for Pierre with the 84%, 87%, 87.4%, I think, approval rating. Only two genders. No, I didn't miss that. Well, what do you mean? Miss what? Like, I obviously believe there's only two genders. The thing that was defeated, that sucks. Like, is that what you mean? So yeah, Thinking Gal is saying what was scrubbed. What was scrubbed, we're going to get to it. I think I even saved it so I don't have to share a screen here. I uploaded the video. This is what was scrubbed. There was two media heads. I don't know who they are. I don't know what media outlet. Maybe they're CBC, maybe CTV. I'm not sure. I'm just speculating. But an ex-user managed to capture it with her phone watching her TV, where they're literally saying, well, let's just watch and you guys can watch. Okay. Hold on. Let me just clear the screen here. Okay, so Matt, you send in a lot of messages. I can't keep up with every message and keep them all aligned in my head. So if you want me to see something specific, you got to let me know. Okay, so here's the video that was now scrubbed. Thankfully, to this person who recorded it, we've all now seen it and I've recorded it. So we're just going to watch it together. Here it is.
Prime Minister, know that every person in this room and the 180,000 people who work in this industry have your back, just as we know that you have ours.
So there it is. They're saying that whoever these media people are, the person who posted it said that it's producers who were saying this. they're basically saying, like, we in the media, instead of doing our job, which is to hold the powers that be, the government, the prime minister, his ministers, etc., to account, no. Instead of that, we're going to have your back. We're not going to ask tough questions. This is me obviously adding to what was said there. We're not going to ask tough questions. We're just going to have your back, just as we know that you have our back. What do they mean by that? Well, I assume that to mean they get funding from the government. They have funding coming in, and that's how the government has their back. And this is my favorite word. Nelson said it right here in the chat. This is it. This is how you describe them. There is no other way to describe them. So that's the video that is just everywhere right now. I want to give credit to the person who posted it. So I'm just going to try and find it on my timeline here. Give me just 1 second. Okay. So it's Melanie in Saskatchewan, and her handle is Melanie in Saskatchewan's handle is @Saskatchewan_in. So she was the person that recorded this video, got it on camera, and it's been making the rounds, and just, well, I mean, it speaks for itself. To be in a position where you're so comfortably saying, hey, Prime Minister, instead of watching you do your job and paying attention to what you're doing and calling you out if there is an ethics violation or a conflict of interest or something that you're doing or saying that doesn't quite align with Canadian values, rights, freedoms, etc., instead of doing that, no, we're just going to have your back because we know you got ours, right? It's like one big in circle. One big in circle, right? Correct describing them as that, says Gothic Blonde. It's very accurate. It's such a great word. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so you're telling me stream quality is jumping. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know how much I can help that. I'm at my mom's, and her place is pretty small. So if it's jumping, I don't think I can. Not much I can do about that. We'll hope for the best. Let's see if there's anything else. Maybe I'll close this. I wonder if that'll help. I've closed one of my tabs. Steve M reposted the stream. Thank you so much. Yeah. Before we get to anything else, shameless plug. Please repost the stream. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube if that's where you're watching. Smash that like button. Leave a comment. If you want to see more videos and if you want to see more live streams, consider becoming a YouTube member. Today we've got, it could be my internet. You never know. There's a huge, I'm downtown, so it's like lots of signals happening everywhere. Okay, back to my shameless plug. Yeah, follow on X if you don't already. My handle is @CatCanada_TM. Michelle says MSM is a poop news outlet. Yeah, they don't offer a whole lot of value, do they? They're just parroting the talking points, repeating the talking points of the government. This right here, they know who signs their paycheck. They know. Oh, they sure do. Did you see how mad they were? Who was it? Oh yeah, the climate goblin. Not Greta. The climate goblin in Canada, Stephen Guilbeault. He was crying about the fact that Pierre Poilievre during the Conservative Convention said we're going to defund the CBC, and he was freaking out about it. It was hilarious. He got so ratioed in the comments. I think I did post about it, but yeah, it was just glorious to see. They're just having an absolute meltdown. And did you guys see David Cochrane and Rosemary Barton when I think someone said it was when they were looking at the approval numbers during the leadership review, and both of their faces, like up close, were like their eyes were bulging because they were so upset to see their narrative collapsing that the Conservatives are tanking in terms of approval. Silver Fox says they're on the take. Well, yeah, like what else do you call it when the government subsidizes journalism, a journalism that's supposed to be free, independent, unbiased? Like we've said goodbye to that a long time ago, I think, in not just in Canada, but I think in North America too. Um, Thinking Gal sent in the status of Saskatchewan, the Melanie, was it Melanie in Saskatchewan that shared the original video? Yeah. I did post about it and I credited her account by displaying her handle in that video there. The media as talk nice to the ones that feed them. Yeah, they talk nice to the hands that feed them. Yeah. Um, totally agree. They won't bite the hand that feeds them. We've got Brian dropping in with a super chat. Thank you, Brian, for the first one out of my goal of 15 today in 2 hours. Hoping to get there. I've raised the bar a little bit. So if anyone wants to help me get there, thank you so much in advance. Brian says, why all of a sudden all media has gone to this new world order? Is it after COVID so much has been bought up? 1984? Is it becoming true? Well, if you pay attention, Brian, and those of us who are paying attention, the first thing that we're always, well, one of the main things that we always go to is like quoting George Orwell in 1984 when I think in the book, the whole propaganda spiel is war is peace, slavery is freedom. Don't believe your eyes, believe our party lies, etc. So a very, very apt reference for what's currently happening. It's been happening for so long. I don't even know how far back it goes, to be honest, but I'm assuming it goes back further than further and longer than I've personally been paying attention. I would say that that's probably a safe bet. So again, Brian, thank you for the first super chat of the live stream. Appreciate the support. And obviously your comment is on point there. 1984, very relevant to what's happening today. I probably should reread that book or read it like in detail. David says, is it me or is Cat blurry? Am I streaming at 1080, but she's blurry? I don't know. It's my settings are the same as always. Maybe, let's see. Am I using my correct camera? Let me just double check here. Let's check the settings. Camera. What am I using? Yeah, using my webcam. So I don't know. Not sure what's happening there. Maybe it's the location. I don't know. Bear with me though. I've have all my tabs closed so that this is as much as I can do in the moment without like pausing completely and boring everyone while I fiddle with the settings. I don't know. Yeah, it says resolution is full 1080p. I'm not sure. Again, like I'm just still getting used to all this live stream stuff. So if I'm blurry, forgive me. I'll try to inquire, do a Google inquiry on why that might be. Yeah, so thanks for letting me know though. Howdy Cat and hey all, says Tal. Did you watch Moose on the Loose new video where the one guy calling out Vashi about China communists in Canada? I haven't seen it yet. I've been unfortunately a bit preoccupied this weekend with family stuff and other things. So I haven't had the privilege of being glued to my screen for the last 72 hours to pay very close attention to everything that's been happening. I've just been trying to keep like atop the conservative convention stuff and this other stuff that's been, this video particularly that was scrubbed. You're too poor to pay attention. Sometimes I feel like that too. Like I wish this was a much more in-depth thing that I could do, but currently like I've got kids, I got family, there's like lots going on in my personal life, so like it's not always easy to pay attention to like every single thing. Plus the news cycle is so not volatile, it's so extreme, it's so fast-paced, like you couldn't keep up with all of it if you tried. Live stream is a bit pixelated, connection problems. I don't know. It looks like I have full strength signal. Thanks for letting me know. My signal is full strength. I'm plugged in. Everything's unplugged. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm in a different location. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Sorry about that. It's like CNN says brought to you by Pfizer. CBC commercial should say brought to you by the Liberal Party of Canada. And CTV, did you see CTV was caught? Not caught. Well, actually, no, yeah, they were caught. They had the Liberal fundraiser hyperlinked in one of their articles, and people made such a stink about it on X that they took, like, they removed the hyperlink, and they didn't obviously correct it. It was just a stealth edit. It was removed after people pointed it out. So in 1984, what did Winston say was the only way to change the system? Who has that answer? My memory escapes me just now. Not complaining about the stream, just feedback. Yeah, thank you. I don't know how to fix it. Sorry. If that means people tune out, I'm sorry. I don't know how to fix it myself. This is all still brand new to me. This is only like week number maybe 4 that I'm doing YouTube regularly. So, and this StreamYard software that I'm still all figuring out. So thank you for being patient and bearing with me. I'll look into it after the stream is over. Rosie Barton did an interview with Jesse, the body Ventura. The TDS was off the hook. Well, yeah, TDS, man, that's what they thrive on over there. It's funny to watch, actually. I'd like to express my sincere thanks to the Canadian mainstream media for all the free advertising of reasons for the Alberta independence movement. Yeah. Cat, could you request the Cat Canada handle on X via the X handle marketplace available? Only Cat, you need sub to X premium. Yeah, I've thought about it, but you know what? I don't want to pay. I don't know if it's free or not. And I kind of like my handle. And I think I even did an inquiry and actually haven't heard back. That was lawyer Jeff Rath of APP. Okay, thank you for the handles, Matt. Thank you. I'll look into it now. I won't look into it during the stream. Welcome back, Rockstar of last live stream, Wickenden, with helping us meet the goal of the super chats. Welcome back. Video is not great. I know. I'm not sure why. And I'm not going to bore you guys to try and figure it out during the stream. Not sure what's happening. Yeah, thanks, Matt, for the handle suggestion. Again, I appreciate it. I miss when Elon Musk gave the media government-funded media text. That was so awesome. That was so friggin' awesome. I love that too. They were so freaking out about it. It was glorious to witness. Thinking Gal says, quote, Winston Smith voiceover, if there's hope, it lies in the proles. If they could become conscious of their own strength, they would have no need to conspire. History does not matter to them. Do you guys, you know that meme where it's like some tyrant and he's got a whip and everyone, like the people are like bowing down, and then like one person stands up and then he still is angry with the whip, and then like a few more stand up, and then all of them stand up. That's what that reminds me of. That's what that reminds me of. So yeah, if people truly do have the power, they just not enough people, I think, recognize that. So, and it's unfortunate, really. It's unfortunate. My goodness. Where does time fly? It's already been almost half an hour. Welcome, everyone. If you're joining, gonna pause here and do the thing where I encourage you to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I was thinking of holding like a live stream, not marathon, but like a daily live stream challenge where I'm like gonna live stream daily until I hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm not sure if that's realistic for me though, but that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about that. But yeah. You know what? I think since we did meet, let me just do the thing where, oh, I think I have to do that on YouTube. I think I have to launch that on YouTube. One sec. We'll launch the Q&A because I know I promised a Q&A if we met last stream's goal, super chat goal. And I don't know if you guys have questions, but we're going to launch it anyway because that was the promise. That was the promise. Let's see. Start a Q&A. There we go. Did it show up? Let me know if it shows up in the comments, in the chat. Let's just say, ask me anything. Start Q&A. Okay, there we go. I have to hit it, actually. Okay, cool. Let's see if it shows up in StreamYard. We're going to test that out today. Bear says like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for reminding me to do that, Bear. I know I'm supposed to do this like every 10 minutes because I think the average duration people spend in the stream is actually like not even like 10 minutes. So that's why I have to remind. But I'm so bad at it and I don't want to sound repetitive. So anyway. Matt says you can subscribe to Cat on X, but that costs. Yes, I do have subscriptions available on X as well. So if you want to support me there, you can. If you're watching from X, it's like $2 a month. You get a nice little purple badge. You stand out in the comments and you get priority interactions and comments and DMs. And I do have some subscribers only content on there. It's not like super in-depth content. Is just like lighthearted, behind the scenes. Hey, look at this. I can't share this publicly, but with a few trusted subscribers, I can do that. Welcome back, DP Ray. You missed the notification. I'm not sure why. Nice to see you in the chat. Smash that like button, subscribe on YouTube, on X, wherever you can. And yeah, also I'm testing out the Q&A portion. So I think, yeah, okay. I see Matt, you've sent in a question. How do I select the question? Does that display in the chat here? I don't know. Maybe it does on YouTube. Oh yeah, so it does display in the chat. As a Canadian, do you also speak French? And what other languages do you speak except English, of course? Thank you for your question, Matt. So I do not speak French. I did try to learn it in high school. Obviously, it's mandatory, but to my own shame, I have to admit that I dropped it the moment that I could because in high school, I wasn't too academic. I couldn't be that model student who pays attention and does everything and just wasn't interested. I do also have a second language. It's my native language. It's Russian. Obviously, I'm from the former Soviet Union. I come from Moldova. My parents were Russian speaking. And so that's the language that I came here with. And I get not the talent, what do you call it? The inclination for languages from my dad. He was very apt in languages. So English came pretty quick to me. I was able to adapt pretty quickly. But then again, I was a kid. Maybe it's just a kid thing. So yeah, I speak Russian, although because it's been so long and I was only a kid when I came and I don't use it frequently, I'm actually not as fluent in it as I am in English. Oh gosh, that's embarrassing to admit, even though it's my mother tongue. Even though it's, yeah. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Life is too crazy. We need some lighthearted humor. I agree, Bear. I agree. Okay, let's go back. I think I have to, okay. I have to go to YouTube to see the questions. So I'm going to have to jump between screens here. Okay. Where is this question here? Display. Okay, select question. There we go. Does it show up? Oh yeah, it does. So Gothic Blonde asks, trust me, 10,000 subs is a slog to get to. I have 1.38. Oh, it disappears so quick. 1.38K, 18 months. Yeah, I don't know. I think because I was able to Gothic Blonde, thank you for the question. I think because I spent like 6 years being on X, formerly known as Twitter. So I was able to drive some traffic to the YouTube channel once I started it. And like that helped me reach 5,000 in, I think, in like a few months. Also, like, I think it depends on the content that you put out. Like, I'm not, because like I'm like politics, right? It's politics, sort of news, live streams. I think YouTube is actually still figuring it out what I am. I think last time I was in settings, it labeled me as entertainment. So YouTube is still trying to figure out what I am and what my content is all about. Uh, so there's that. And but if you I think you just gotta put in the work. Like I only started seeing growth in it once I actually started posting regularly. So I don't know how regular you post, but uh yeah. I mean, best of luck to you with their Gothic Blonde. Everyone should check her out. She's got some music there. Pretty good. Um Sorry guys, I'm a little bit distracted right now going between these two screens to make sure I don't miss questions. Okay, so there's only two of questions so far. So that's good. That's easy. We can keep up with the chat here. Thinking Gal says, in general, children are not learning enough languages in school that would support their career goals. In Canada, we need both our heart language, English, French, Spanish, and possibly German, low German to function in most provinces on a government level. Yeah, I mean, French at the very least. I regret not having French, to be honest. I regret it. Build the algorithms. Yes. Apparently, you're supposed to be, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, can't speak today. And yet I'm trying to do a live stream. Consistent with the times that you post and go live, etc. Total panic by Canadian media over Alberta. Yes, true. I think your blurry issue is a camera focus issue. Okay. Thanks, David. Let's see. I think I actually even have a little wipe here. Let's figure that out. And if it's not that, then I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to tell you, buddy. It'll just have to be as it is for now. Let's check it out. Maybe it is. Maybe it was that. Maybe it wasn't even a technicality issue. Oh. Okay, so David's disagreeing with Thinking Gal that English may be French, no other languages. Well, it helps to be a polyglot. Like, it doesn't hurt, but for it to be mandatory, I don't know. Is that the correct word? Can someone fact check me? Is someone who has command of more than one language or more than two languages called a polyglot? I think bilingual is when you've got two, and polyglot when you have more than two. Let me look it up myself, actually. What my terrible memory is like, I think it's polyglot. Knowing or using several languages. I was right. Polyglot. Okay, chat, the word of the day is polyglot. Someone who has more than one language. Hey, Kat, just got here. Good to see you. Welcome. No thanks. Bear says Japanese, German, French. Okay. Gothic Blonde says English, low German, and some French. Is this what you guys are speaking? Is this your languages that you're in command of, or is this what you're saying that you should know? Matt says German, Polish, and English here. I hope my English is good enough. Your English is perfect. I haven't seen any issues whatsoever. I would assume that you were a native English speaker. I don't know how we got on the topic of languages. Yeah, so let's see. When I see my own stream here, like, it's not blurry at all. But if it's still blurry for you guys, I don't know what's going on there. Once again, just going to let everyone know that I'm streaming from a different location, from a non-home location. I'm at my mom's. I don't know her settings too much. Maybe it's her internet settings. Maybe hers isn't as good as mine. I'm not sure. Nelson says Marcus Carney wants you to learn Mandarin and Cantonese. Yeah, that's a good one. And maybe German. Maybe German. Does anyone, guys, does anyone want to help me try to come close to reaching the goal of 15 super chats? I think if I can get that going today, we're gonna do an extra live stream during the week. That's the goal. So if anyone wants to help, there's no minimum. You just send in a super chat or a super thanks, and we're rocking. We've got rock stars. Our first rock star was Brian. Thank you, Brian. Okay, back to the live chat. Okay, I'll try to catch up here. Matt is the super commenter of the day. Thank you for all your chats. Speak, read, write English, and low German, French. I can swear a lot and order a beer. Okay. Communism is the only way to stop climate change. Did you know that? I knew that. I know that. Did you read that in is that what you wrote in is that what Mark Carney wrote in his book Values? Chinese EV batteries are dangerous, says Bear. We've got a rock star dropping in, Bear, with a super chat. Hope it helps. Thank you, Bear. I appreciate you. Yeah, so 2 out of 15 so far. Maybe 15 was too lofty of a goal, but I tried. I thought maybe we'll try, since we beat 10 both times. I thought maybe we'd try 15 this time. Okay, back to. Oh yes, already showed Bear there. Once again, thank you, Bear. Oh, wait, hold on. I wanted to do this too last time. Media assets. This. Thank you. Thank you, Bear. Did you guys like that? I'm figuring some things out with this StreamYard here. Why doesn't China have a net zero plan? They're already communist. There you go. True words right there. So did you guys pay close attention to the conservative convention? Like there was so much happening. There was so much happening there. All my friends, my girlfriend, she was there too. Like she gave her first public speech there. There was all the YouTubers that you guys probably know, all the X accounts, they were all there at that party. Uh Am I the only one that had FOMO because I wanted to go so bad? Just to kind of see my whole Twitter feed come to life, not even for any reason other than that, just to connect with people that that I interact with online regularly. Ta, says Daniel. Did you see the interview between Vashti and Jeff Rath? Not in depth. I think someone already mentioned it earlier. Not in depth. Technology. Okay, I was sure Pierre would come out ahead. My worry now is how the leftist fascist liberals will turn up the rhetoric. Well, they're already panicking. Jasmine Lane gave an awesome speech. Yes, I saw that. That was so incredible to see. She's talented, so she was there. Good for her. Mario was there. Obviously, my friend Brittany was there. Wyatt, like everyone. I think you guys know who all these people are. Like they're such a staple on X and on YouTube. I saw clips. Jasmine Lane's speech seems to be getting some positive feedback. Nice. Because China is responsible for most of the ocean's pollution. Yeah. That's just a fact that conveniently is ignored by the climate crazies, climate goblins. I've never cared much for Canadian politics. Okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to get away from politics. They dictate our whole life, but I guess not paying attention could be a blessing too, because I know when I wasn't paying attention, I was much happier with the state of things. Should have been there. I wish I could have been there. Great job, Kat, on discussing and exploring what's going on in Canada. Well, I mean, I'm trying. I know I'm not some like famous political like expert or anything like that, but I try. I try. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comment. Jasmine absolutely roasted Sheila Cops. Oh, good. I didn't see that again. I wish I could have kept up with it so much more. I just didn't because I had so much going on with family. I had to help my mom. I had to come to her house. I had some stuff going on. I had to help yeah, just family things. I couldn't pay attention. So thank you for letting me know. True. China and Chinese. Cops is a toxic female. Oh gosh. I don't doubt it. You care more about American politics, the big dogs? Yeah. Well, I think I mentioned this on my last live stream. I was saying usually that's what's happening. Canadians are paying attention to what's going on over there, but something big is happening if Americans are taking note of what's happening in Canadian politics, which has been more and more recently because of, well, the liberals and what they're doing over here. Because Americans are like, like we don't want this as our ally. What are they doing? Aligning with China, like doing all this crazy stuff. Some Nanaimo grocery store was getting robbed too much. They had to lock some stuff up. I remember seeing that. Yeah. I wish we didn't have to worry about politics, says Bear. Well, I know, right? Like, I sometimes I think to myself, what am I doing? Like, am I just blackpilling myself, paying so much attention to what's going on? Like, I just want to. Sometimes I have these moments where I'm like, I just want to live a life where I'm like just making art. Not like as a lefty socialist making art, thinking that I could do that, but just some sort of like creative where I do something creative for a living. I mean, I guess this sort of fits the bill. I'm technically creating content and stuff, but it's political. Sometimes I would just want to create something beautiful. Sometimes I think I should just get really, really good at AI and make those AI ASMR videos, where there's like a glass knife cutting beautiful glass fruits and gems and things like that. Sarah says, I'm using Jasmine's speech there in her personal backstory to open minds of non-political and swing voters. Awesome. Everyone can do something. It's good for you. Thanks for letting me know. Great to see the MSM being called out and also the woke leftists in politics. Yeah. Nelson says, we have to care or else these globalists will turn Canada into a third world country and we can't leave that for children. Well, Nelson, this is the reason why I feel like I can't stop speaking, because I have kids. My family literally fled a tyrannical crap hole country, and I feel like we're slowly turning into that. If you're paying attention, you understand that that's what's slowly happening in Canada, and you just want to sound every alarm bell. You want to look away, you want to stop paying attention, you don't want to have to deal with the constant negativity that's coming out of the news and Canadian politics and all, but like, could you stop paying attention? Like, honest question. I feel like I can't. Well, at least not right now. I have some desire to stop paying attention, but I don't think I can, because yeah, that's how I feel. That's what compels me. Matt says, but on a serious note, please pray for me. I've got a blood test in the morning and my body always goes down at it. Okay. Well, all the prayer warriors, let's lift up Matt to support him. Daniel says, step one, Alberta getting the F out of Canada. I mean, that's the sentiment of a lot of people. They're like, Canada is so cooked, it's so foobar that the only thing to cheer for now is Alberta separation. So I understand that. I understand that comment completely. Made it, says Ryan. Welcome, member Ryan. Trump says, I tried to ignore everything and do my art, but after 6 weeks of isolation orders without any regard of how someone was going to get groceries, I snapped. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Everyone will move here if Alberta leaves to Alberta. Yeah. Bear says, I have children too. I'm glad so many care now. Yes. And I think it's good, because the more people are aware, I think the more possible that change will come. That's what I think. David is lifting up Matt in prayer. Thank you, David. Matt says, thank you. Yes. Well, we're supporting each other here. I've watched Davos, WEF, United Nations, WHO, Bilderberg meetings for 30 years. I've warned people, you have no idea what is planned, says another David. Thank you. Yeah. I guess it goes back like I said, it goes back even further than we think. It goes back further than I've been paying attention, certainly. My internet went down for a month before Christmas. It was extremely peaceful. I believe it. You know those memes where like, could you spend a month here? No internet, no TV, no this, no that, and it's some beautiful, tranquil island and a cabin, and you have everything you need. Would you say yes to that? Would you say yes to that? Okay, we already went through that one. I'm trying to keep faith, but 40 years we've brainwashed the young. So you know Yuri Bezmenov, do you guys know who that is? He was saying yes. So the brainwashing happened of the youth and they are now into socialism, and that took about 20 years. Then came, what was the first period? Demoralization or destabilization. I think there was like stages of implementing this subversion happening in the West. It was a long, slow march, and the commies, they succeeded. Well, they indoctrinated the students, and then those students became professors, and then the professors now indoctrinating the current set of students, and on it goes. So like it would take serious effort to undo the damage, because you'd have to have a generation where you're instilling patriotism and freedom ideas uh instead of this like communist agenda. You're conservative in Ontario. How the heck do we get rid of Doug Liberal Ford? That's a good question. Let me know if you ever come up with the answer. I don't know. Just speak out, I guess, as much as you can. The Club of Rome in the late 60s started much of what we're experiencing now in real time, but started even before that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it goes back so far, I guess. And Ryan says, I believe Pierre had a great speech and lifted the spirits of many Canadians, but the liberal attacks are crazy now. Yeah, they will certainly be foaming at the mouth and chomping at the bit to do their part to try and take him down. We were called conspiracy theorists, and our tinfoil hat was absolutely correct. Well, um, I made this one video where I was just like making fun of the fact that uh your, what did I say? I don't want to search for it. It would take too long, but I said something like your, what was I referring to? Your something. Your mainstream media gave you like SADS, uh you know, turbo cancer and all this like negative side effects after getting the pokey poke, and my tinfoil hat like gave me health. So, or something like that. I'm butchering what I said before. Sorry, that totally didn't come across. Forgive me, guys. I'm rambling. Unless you wake up your slaves in the future, says David. Yeah, we need to do a lot of waking up. Yes, Yuri Bezmenov warned us back in the 80s. That guy was, everyone should look up Yuri Bezmenov and that speech where he explains how the subversion happens. There's stages of it. The first stage is the longest, like 20 years to indoctrinate the youth. And then the destabilization comes quickly, where you just accept the fact that it's like chaos all the time. And that's when it really goes down. So okay, let's try to go a little bit quicker here to try and keep up with the chat. It's called 10 Planks of Communism, I think, says Gary. Okay, good to know. They will never acknowledge the conspiracies we tried to make them aware of, though. Yeah, some people you just can't get through to. That's true. That's true. Bear says, I'm a nationalist. I will always love our great nation. We can't give up Canada. Well, of course, like I love this country too. I live here. I was saying this thing too. Like I live here. I love this country. It's my home. My own country hated me and hated freedom. They wanted to oppress all of us. And so Canada is my home. It's my home country. I consider it. And I just wish that more people were more freedom spirited over here. Easily put you out of gas in your car, and your digital gas says, sorry, I used your credit for this month. Simplest way to get the point across. Yeah, they won't come around until it hurts them personally. Go Pierre, mainstream media already saying he survived the vote. Are you kidding me? He crushed Harper's record. Should be interesting mainstream media tomorrow. Yes, I am so poised to actually pay attention tomorrow because, like I said, this weekend I was so preoccupied with family stuff and personal stuff that I just couldn't pay attention. I couldn't be like white on rice paying attention to everything that was happening. So thanks to everyone reminding me of what went on. Yeah, that one was a good one. Survived. 87.4% survived. Gotham One says all these attacks from Pierre are a precursor to an election, so it's going to happen, but no one really knows when. Skidmark is calling it. Skidmark. Oh, Ryan says, Lori, you nailed it. Did I miss a comment from Lori? Oh, darn. Okay, I'll try to scroll through. David says, I saw a clip of U.S. kindergarten class with signs being taught slogans with anti-ICE messaging. Oh, that's called propaganda. That's awful. Your own country doesn't even exist anymore. Yeah, well, that's what I mean. My own country is gone. Canada is my country. I love this country. I love the people. I love how beautiful it is. I just want us, well, not us because we are already there, but the rest of the people just to want more freedom. Just to want more freedom. China opened up to travel from Canadians without a passport, allowing anyone to quickly exit China with who knows what. Can of worms. Can of worms. I'm 60 and I watched it all, but our kids were lied to. Fortunately, my 2 grandbabies live off grid. My daughter was, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but my babies are ready. Okay. Okay. I feel unsafe on this channel. Please put on your masks while I watch. Oh, that's funny. Angry Canadian, 1971. That was funny. Thank you for the laughs. The UN just admitted a collapse after the US pulls out. Will they ever get the hint? I don't think so. I don't think so. It is what it is. Please wake up, Canada, or you're dead in the water. I beg you to research and learn. Good message. Hey, okay, guys, I'm sorry. I went to here and forgot to check the questions. Okay, so there isn't that many. We're still a small YouTube channel. There's just still questions that you can catch up with. So let's select this one. It's from Silver Feet. Are you a journalist? I don't know if I classify myself as that. Sometimes I guess you could call me that. I went and covered things, and I covered the Pierre town hall. How do you classify someone who just like says what they think online? Not strictly a journalist, I would say. Not strictly a journalist. Bear says 6 foot distance. Wait, this is 6 foot. Hold on. Now we're 6 feet. Ah! Sorry about the goofiness. Okay, let's catch up here. Sarah says, insane and corrupt. The conservative in name only dug fraud, banned all media. Meanwhile, the Fed conservatives allowed all media, even the Communist Betrayal Corps. CBC, Communist Betrayal Corps. That's funny. That's really funny. You researched for 2 years? Okay, it's terrible. Banana and rice. What's it like to be Somali? Well, it's not just about bananas and rice, but it's all about bananas and rice. That was funny. You had to be on the last live stream to get that. Did you guys see the bananas and rice? Political commentator? Is that what you would say? I don't know. Maybe. Just like a little bit of everything. You know what I don't like to be referred to? Like some people call this kind of thing where you have like a social media presence online, I guess they call it an influencer. I don't know if I've ever actually influenced anyone to think a certain way, but I think the label, it just gets thrown around. So maybe just a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. But Canada is slowly turning into the Canadian People's Republic, though, like the People's Republic of China and formerly the Polish People's Republic. Yeah. Not enough people are hearing those alarm bells, though. They're like, oh, no, everything's fine. We're all right. I'm sorry for harsh words, but good times breed weak men. Hard times create strong men. I've been unknown since 12, and I learned the truth the hard way. Yes, that quote is true. Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. I think that's how it goes. Bananas and rice got arrested. So did Lemon. Don Lemon, did he get arrested? Was it after like daring Trump to arrest him? I think I saw that too. That was so funny. I hate influencer. I don't watch influencers. Yeah, I wouldn't consider myself that, but some people refer to my account as that, I guess. Whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. You're right, David. She got nailed. Yeah, she got arrested. Bananas and Rice got Alexis arrested. Gotham Blonde says she's a political lyricist. Well, hey, that sounds accurate. Indie alt news, independent news forum. Yeah, like the media landscape is changing. I think that's why the conservative convention had uh an allotment for just independent citizens who speak their minds online, and they cover politics and they bring to light important topics, and they cover things that mainstream media ignores, or they correct mainstream media. They threw them in the basket of influencers. But if you don't like the term, I don't have another term for it, but for now that's the term that's being used. So I like that they had these independent people there at the separate from, like, the typical media at the convention. I think that's cool. I think that they're following the the example in the States when Trump set up like a row of chairs for new media in the White House for the pressers, for the press conferences. So, podcasters and YouTubers, and, well, I guess the podcasters are on YouTube, etc. So, like, I think it's great because, well, look, the mainstream media, this is what they're saying. They're saying, we have your back, Mr. Prime Minister, just as we know that you have our back. We won't ask you the tough questions. We won't hold you to account. You've got our back, right? Right? If you didn't see the video, this is what I'm talking about.
Prime Minister, know that every person in this room and the 180,000 people who work in this industry have your back, just as we know that you have ours.
There you have it. Media heads saying, we have your back, Mr. Prime Minister. We have your back. You have ours and we've got yours. If Lemon gets arrested, is that fruit phobia? Silver Feet throws me into the basket of political commentator. Okay, I'll take that. I won't qualify myself as like a professional, especially skilled one. I just kind of say what I think. I just say what I think to be true, what I believe to be true. And I think that's where I'm comfortable leaving myself in that basket. Kimmel is starting a fundraiser. It might be called Lemonade. That's so funny. That's so funny. First thing, stop watching CTV, global and government controlled news. And if you think your government loves you, well, then you are beyond help. They love power, money, and control. Yeah. You guys ever see that meme where it's a snake crawling into a birdhouse? And the quote is, "Hello, Mrs. Bird. We're from the government and we're here to help." That's what that reminds me of when people say, "Oh yeah, government totally cares about minorities, about First Nations people, like, et cetera, et cetera." It's all so ridiculous. To that MSM confession and of bot bias, a whole bunch of throw up emojis. Apt and accurate. I do not consider myself an influencer, more like a nonconformist. Okay. Yeah, nonconformist. I mean, I felt like one during the lockdowns when I was the only one walking around absolutely refusing to mask up. 99% of the people complied. That was disheartening to witness. So yeah, nonconformist, sure. Lemon says such evil things about white men, but he's married to a white man. So is AOC. All these people who demonize the white male, the straight white male, or just the white male in general, like including the non-straight ones anymore who come out as conservative, they get so demonized. But yeah, these people are like literally, well, Kamala Harris too. All these people. Oh, white supremacy is a problem. Straight white men are the biggest problem that's facing North America. They're all married to one. CBC just admitted to being biased to the libs. How blatant can you get? Defund the CBC. Defund them. Completely defund them. We don't watch mainstream media for the same reason we don't eat from the toilet. Exactly. Exactly. Absolutely, girl, says David. Okay, Matt says, okay, right. Questions. Um, you're just trying to make me feel really nice and good here. Matt, thank you for that. Select the question. Matt's asking, and you can see it on YouTube, I think, not on X. Why are you so awesome? I mean, I don't think I am. I think I'm mediocre. I'm just like a mediocre person saying what I think. But I appreciate the kind words. I just say what I think. Maybe that's considered awesome in today's world because so many people are hesitant to say what they think. So when they come across people who are like unashamedly and unreservedly willing to say the truth, the uncomfortable truth, and maybe that just comes across as awesome. Although I think that should be pretty standard. Thanks for the laugh. I'm a pureblood, knew about it in 2008 and said to F off. Yeah. The brainwashing is long-term in Canada. Just imagine holding up David Suzuki as an intellectual titan for almost 40 years. Yeah, and there was like some controversy. Oh, was it Rebel that caught up with him once, like saying, you environmentalist, but you ABC. I can't remember what the accusation was. I can't remember what they caught him in. But yeah, all of them are like this, obviously. Obviously. Thanks for the laugh. Okay, I already read that one. Thank you, Matt, for your kind words again. I appreciate you. Authentic analyst, discerning critical thinking facilitator, truth seeker, and unifier. Okay, I like those. That's way better than influencer because I honestly, I don't think I've ever influenced an opinion ever. Like, I don't think so. I think people come and find you if they just agree with you. Like if you say some things that people agree with, they come and they follow and like we hang out together and we talk and now we're on a live stream chatting. I don't think I'm influencing any of your opinions. Like I know critical thinking doesn't if you have critical thinking, which people in the space do, then you can think for yourself. You don't need anyone to influence your opinion. You can look at information and you can research it and you can discern for yourself. David says, during C19, I always said I had a medical opt-out. If ever asked, I rarely was. One person went nuts on me at the grocery store. I had a scary big 6'2" man go nuts on me at a pharmacy. He was so mad that I was there unmasked with my little small frame self saying, no, I don't have to. And he's like, oh yeah, you do. I don't call the cops on me. The cops didn't want to deal with it. They claimed I like put my hands on him first, even though he pushed me out. It was just nuts. It was just nuts. Speaking of not any of this, on a totally random note, I just realized that I don't think I can go 2 hours today because I have plans with some family this evening. But I think I'll be here for another maybe half an hour. Yeah, probably another half an hour. Wait, last message was blocked? What was blocked, David? The message that you tried to send in? Interesting. I don't have any moderators and I'm not blocking anything, so I don't know what's going on there. Probably auto detection by YouTube. Are you doing social media as a job? So yeah, that's technically my job. And I was doing that for some people. Like I had a client or two. Then I started focusing on just my own, which is what I'm trying to currently do to make this my main thing. That'll require some support from viewers. That's why I'm trying to focus on YouTube and asking people to subscribe, to like, to share so that I can get there. Otherwise, I'm literally going to have to put this all down and go get a real job. Obviously, this is a joke. Like I work a lot. I I source, I clip, I post, I research, I read, I all this stuff. So it is work. You put in like full on days, but some people accuse you of not having a real job if you're doing this for yourself. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question. I walked against all the arrows too. That was funny. The arrows. Oh gosh. The arrows. Remember, if you don't go this way and you go this way, you might get the scary coof. You might get the scary coof coof. We are a population of about 41 million. The CBC and others brought MSM represent only 4.8 million for 1.5 billion plus year per year of our money. At least 4.4 million conservative voters should be refunded. Yeah, refunds, please. Rich says if they were so scared of a virus, they wouldn't be approaching an unmasked person. It was all about being compliant sheep like them. Thank you. Yes. Okay, I'm going to tell a quick story. I'll try not to ramble. I went into Shoppers. I just wanted to make a purchase and I was at a self-checkout. And one clerk came up to me. He was like this short. And he had his mask on and everything. He's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, you need to be wearing a mask." And he got in my face. Exactly what you're saying here, Rich. If he was so scared, why would he come close to my face? And I even said this to him too. I'm like, if this is a serious thing for you, if this is a serious issue for you, stay far back. Don't come near me, and you'll be okay. He had no rebuttal. So I just continued checking out normally, and he was he was very upset. He was very butthurt that I didn't follow his little instructions. These people just loved the power that they got from saying, "You need to mask up." That's what it is. I was out of work for 2 years because of mask and was treated like garbage. Okay. Yeah. Well, a lot of people, good for you for standing your ground, first of all. That takes so much spine. So good for you. Not everyone has that, defiance or the ability because they had families to feed. And I totally understand that too. They couldn't do it. Why doesn't their mask work unless you're wearing yours? Exactly. And how do you spread it if you don't have any symptoms? Right? Not you, was YouTube. Okay, good to know. YouTube still does it automatically. I wonder if it's like certain words that they track for to censor out. They hate certain facts. Okay, yeah. Liberals, as an acronym, lacking in basic education, reasoning, and learning. Liberal. That's a good one. I think I've heard that one before, but that's a good one. Thanks for reminding me. I still see arrows in Victoria, BC. I still call places. The other day I had to call a tire place because I got a flat tire. And so I had to figure out how to deal with it. And I called a tire place and their answering machine is like, "If you come in, please wear a mask." Like, guys, what are we still doing here? We're a population of 38 million. The other 4 million are not Canadian. Yeah, maybe more. Please wake up and fight for your freedom. The mask was a test to see how many would obey. So many people failed that test. I had a special needs employee at my co-op try to stop my car because I wasn't wearing a mask in my car alone. Serious. Wow. Your doctor refused to give a medical exemption note. I knew then this was a scam. Mine did too, and she got mad at me. I called in. I'm like, and I said, I need an appointment because I feel like I need an exemption. And she said, "You sound hostile and it's a good thing to wear a mask. And if you don't have symptoms, you could still spread it." She was so brainwashed. True story. And then, so I never went back to her after that. That was my family doctor. And I never gone back since. I'm like, what? You're just willing to. Anyway, not going to rant. If I rant, I won't shut up. Did you go to Calgary? If not, why? Thank you for asking. I really wanted to go, liberal, right winger. I really wanted to go. Couldn't go. Had so much family things going on. Had to help with my mom. There's a lot of family things going on. I had to focus on some things that are not online related. So I had such FOMO. I really wanted to be there. I was invited to go to that free party event or whatever at the place, like not the convention, but the party thing. And well, I mean, I should have probably applied for a proper media pass too. Maybe I could have gotten the other kind of pass. Anyways, yeah, I wanted to go but couldn't. I really, really wanted to go but couldn't. Just like the jab was deadly but told you safe was another test of obeying. Yeah. Like how could you just think, okay, yeah, we need this. Um we absolutely need this even though we're healthy individuals. Like these people fell for it. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's funny they cried about getting you to put on a mask, but go grocery store shopping and not wash any of the cans of boxes of food that so many people touched. Uh, love following you. Thank you, Dennis. Yeah. Um, like the cashier would touch all the stuff, but you had to have like a plastic shield. And you anyway, it was clown world for sure. Clown world. Absolutely. Um My employer forced me to take the experimental jab, and because of this, I cannot walk or sit, else I'll be in horrible pain. That's awful. Yeah, I know many people who just couldn't refuse, like they had families to take care of, and they just kind of felt like absolutely they had no choice. So that's really, I'm sad. It pains me to hear this. Nick Shirley just landed in California. Okay. Uh, yeah, you hear, yeah. I had such FOMO watching it all, but so cool that everyone had fun, everyone met. It was so great. Maybe God had other plans for me in the future, maybe something else cool. I don't know. Yeah, I wish I could have been there. I really do. Um, your voice matters. I appreciate you saying that. I try. I do try. Um, cough cough, just spreading a fake virus. LOL, cough cough. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the words of support. I'm just gonna take a pause here and ask people to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, support the channel by becoming a member or sending in a super chat. I don't think I'm gonna make the goal today. We're 2 out of 15 here. I set probably too high of a lofty goal, too lofty of a goal today. Maybe not today, maybe next time. But yeah, subscribe, smash the like button, leave comments, become a YouTube member, access members only content, stand out with a member's handle there. Send in a super chat if you can to support the show. Send in a super thanks. Those are available. Super sticker or whatever the heck they're called. I'm still learning all of it. If you don't follow me on X, follow me there. That's where my most of my time is spent when I'm not doing live streams or creating videos for YouTube. And yeah, thank you to everyone who is in the chat, who has smashed the like button, who has subscribed to the channel, who has become a YouTube member, who has sent in a super chat. Thank you to every supporter and for your support in whatever way you can. Really appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this live stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah, today I'm going to have to cut it a little bit short, probably another 15 minutes because I've got some family plans for later. And all the comments that I possibly can get to. Can't fire my family dog, was on waitlist for 5 years to get one. I hear you. Like, I'm just fortunate. I think I was just fortunate enough to not need one. But I think at some point, if I actually did need something that only a family doctor could do, I would probably have to go. But it's been years. I haven't gone to that place since I called and asked like for an exemption. Um, pure bloods here. Yeah. Whoever could stay, who remained one, like awesome. Some people I know couldn't and felt forced and felt like they had no choice. Support for them as well. When a doctor nurse insists on masking during an OBGYN appointment. Yeah. Snitch lines too. Yes. They set up snitch lines. That was just wild. 100% pure blood here. Thinking Gal says, I don't still understand why medical professionals don't walk off the job and refuse the job. Well, they get paid well. What are they going to do? Like, what are they going to do otherwise? And how many of them were even like against it? Like, I think most of them were so into it. Yep, 3 friends dead and my brother-in-law heart problems. I warned him, but my sister is disabled and he's the breadwinner. Yeah. Yeah. I've also heard some stories about males in their 40s, having issues. Follow the science, says Bear. How do you join Super Chat? Oh, so you're watching on X, I think, Thinking Gal. That's for YouTube. It's on YouTube. So if you are an X, you could subscribe. That's one way you could do it. If you're into crypto, I think I have like the little mm, crypto thing. But that's if you're into crypto. I don't even know it that well myself. I recently just set it up. Super chats are on YouTube, and members are on YouTube. Although you could subscribe on X, it's like $2 a month. So if you want to support that way, you could. Uh, and that goes obviously for everyone. If you want to support, if you want to see more videos, if you want to see more live streams, if you want to support an independent voice like mine, consider doing so if you can that way. If you can't that way, that's totally fine too. There's other ways to support. Repost the stream, subscribe on YouTube, follow on X, be in the chat, like, smash the like button, comment, etc. All those things. And if you really want to be nice, like send YouTube and X links to my stuff to friends and family, just to spread it, spread the word. Spread the message, spread the word, spread the freedom community of like-minded individuals that hang out and talk about real things like we do here. Thanks, young lady. Keep fighting. God bless your soul for saying young lady. I'm no spring chicken. I'm in my mid 40s. Young is behind me, but I guess it's relative. I guess it's relative. You're only as young as you feel, and I don't feel like I'm middle aged. Middle aged. Don't give up, says David. Thank you. Oh, never mind. It's on YouTube. Thinking Gal says, yeah, the super chats and all that stuff is on YouTube. Energy, thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Hope you had fun hanging out. And oh, okay. So yeah, looks like someone figured it out. Bear sent in, hope this helps, or was it? No, I think I already saw this one. Here's one. Silver Feet, hope springs eternal. Awesome. Thank you for your support. Silver Feet, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you to everyone who sent one in. Wrong, you're young. Well, I feel young. I don't feel my age. I don't feel like I'm in my 40s. Could you please wait? I have a medication for those with vaccine. Just give me a sec to look up. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm still around for another, I would say another 15 minutes. What a terrible place to be in, says David to Dennis. Matt has sent me a link. The link is not clickable here though. Bear says 50. Are you confessing to an age there, Bear? Is that what you're saying? All right. All right, then. Let me see if I can click that link that Matt is sending in the chat. Oh, is there more questions? Okay, so there's some questions have come in. Asking for a friend, says Sarah. Select question. Asking for a friend, does anyone here understand the logic behind people alone in cars or alone in empty streets who wears masks? That's a good question. That's a good question. And oh, okay. So Matt, you're asking me about messed up lists. I try to block everyone who puts me on strange lists. Yeah, so I am aware of those. I am not allowing anyone to put me on lists. Okay, some of you guys are sharing your how young you are in the chat. That's brave of you. Angry Canadian is asking if I'm in Ontario. No, I'm not. I'm in BC. Katie says, thanks, Kat. Have a good evening. Nice to have seen you here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone who joined. Thanks, Kat. Have a good evening. I just read that one. Sorry. Click, click, click. Yeah. Oh, you young person, you. Look at you, 33. My goodness, to be 33 again. If I could be where I am currently and being 33, that would be so nice. That would be so nice. But that's okay. We are where we are, and we're meant to be where we are. I don't believe God makes mistakes, so that's fine. What was that thing I heard? Oh, yeah. Don't lament growing older. It's a privilege denied to many. So there's that. And the link, which you can't open for some reason, the list where you're on now. Oh, really? Okay. Good to know. Good to know. 37 with 20 years experience. Okay, do you guys want to know some lore that's not typical? It's not typical lore. I mean, it's lore about me that's not very typical for people. I'm in my 40s. Hubby is mid 30s. Make of that what you will. Let the making fun commence, okay? Make fun of me all you want. It's okay. Everyone can be careful on any marketplace listings. You'll get robbed. A couple of foreign students tried to steal my friend's watch in Richmond, BC. Oh, dear. I don't know what you're referring to. Oh, that's horrible that happened. I'm not sure. Did we talk about that, or are you talking about lists? Not sure. Not sure. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions on YouTube here. So Matt's was the last question about lists. Yeah, so I tried to remove myself from any as much as I could. Sarah says 55 years old, but I'm the Gen X kind who was beaten into last week so often growing up that I ain't even gonna catch up to my chronological age. Wooden spoon survivors unite. Oh, that's funny. You love reading the comments, they're hilarious. Well, yeah, we're trying to have fun here. Facebook Marketplace, you say? Okay. You're 47, ex-wife is 63. Okay, that's all right. Delete me app? What? I don't know what you mean there. You sent me a DM with the link, but theirs will work. We'll have a click and open it from your PC. Okay. No, don't call me this. No. No. Okay, now you know the truth. Cougar Town was a funny show starring Courtney Cox. Oh, I think I've heard it. I never watched it though. It takes you off lists? Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Okay, we have about 9 minutes. If anyone wants to help me, I don't think we'll make the 15. We've got 3 so far. The goal was 15 super chats today. We've got 3. It's a bit slower today. Maybe it's lots happening this Sunday. That's okay. If anyone still wants to send one in, you have some time. Help me make the goal. Send in a super chat or a super sticker. Become a YouTube member if you can, if you want to support. It's a bit of a shorter live stream today. I set the goal for 2 hours, but I think I have to, if I'm gonna make the family plans, I gotta cut it short here. A little shorter today. Up in northern Saskatchewan town, we still have a fentanyl problem. I see it's just going for groceries. Yeah. It's everywhere, man. You can't escape it. Places where you didn't see it before, you see it. Reason you sent this is because I think these wokies from there, wherever you post something, they instantly see it and attack. Well, it's okay. Let them. Actually, I don't care. If that's all that means, then I don't really care, because some of it is actually really entertaining. Some of their comments actually become content gold. And if I screenshot it and post it and we all laugh at it on X or on the YouTube community, it actually just becomes free content. It's called monetize your haters. Thanks, haters. So not an issue if that's the thing. Wooden spoon survivors unite, LOL. I need help, please, says this guy. Okay, I don't know what you mean. I'd give you $1 million, but I am broke. That's okay. Smash the like button. That's just as good. I'm broke myself too. Who is not broke in Carney's Canada, right? Right? Okay, good, says Matt. Yes. Biggest complaint is PP didn't talk about Trump. Good reason, because it takes the focus off the failures of the liberals the last 10 years. Bad policy predated Trump. Good strategy, says Cat in the Hat. Good night to everyone. Nice to see you, Dennis. Good night. Thank you for sending in the super sticker, Northern Mama. I appreciate the support. 4 out of 15. 4 out of 15 so far. I'll take it. 5 more minutes. 6 more minutes to reach the goal of 15 super chats and super stickers. 4 out of 15 is all right. I'll take it on a slower night. That's fine. Thank you to everyone who supported. Second, the trans policy, we need to change the existing law, not have a new one for the activist courts to reject. Yeah, the trans stuff. I misspelled too much. Yeah, try please, just so that I don't sound like a goof when reading your comments. Slow down just a little so that I'm not left to guess what you meant. That would be good. That would be awesome. Uh, appreciate all your comments though. Thanks for being so active in the chat. Nelson. Nelson to the person begging for help, to the whoever was begging for help in the chat under the name of Muhammad, I think. Nelson says bacon will help you. And I'm here for this kind of commentary. Yes, I am. Sarah says cat can do. Thank you. Angry Canadian has some choice words for the person asking for help. Gonna Glaze, thanks for hosting, Kat. Thanks for being here. Okay, I try my best. Thank you. Durka wants help. I don't think so. Ha ha ha. Going forward, I do think it's important to both hope but also pray. This is where my hope is. Okay, pausing everything right here. This is where my hope is. Whenever I feel any kind of frustration, anxiety, I don't suffer from depression per se, but when you're feeling down, when you're feeling hopeless, when you're feeling anxious, whenever you feel anything, pray. That's where that's where it is for me. And God is my comfort. God is my source of ultimate comfort and peace, despite what's happening in my life, whether it's personally, countrily, what do you call it? Like nationally, countrily. Oh, I'm getting tired. Nationally, globally, spiritually, all those things. Prayer is the number one go-to. Prayer. I've been spending so much time in prayer recently, morning, noon, night, just like seeking the Lord wholeheartedly just to receive peace, comfort in my heart despite of current circumstances. So absolutely. Absolutely. Prayer is where it's at. Let's shamelessly plug the Lord and spending time with him in prayer as your number one go-to if you are a believer. Like I don't know people, I don't understand people who don't do that, because the only way I feel good, especially when things really, really suck, is by spending time with God, spending time in his word, praying to him, pouring my heart out to him. So thank you, Northern Mama, for reminding us all about that and giving me the opportunity to plug God, bless God, praise God, worship God. We love God. Here's our ultimate hope. And Matt says, Jesus Christ will help you. Yes, Jesus Christ will help you. Seek him first. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all the things that you're requiring for physical life, shelter, food, etc., will be added to you by God if you put him first. That's the promise. And God does not disappoint and he doesn't lie. You can trust his promises. They're good and true, eternal, everlasting, etc. Whew, that feels good to praise God. I wish PP would not rage engage on the subject of Trump. Talk positively about Canada-USA relationship. Like, I think he has to. I think he's stuck in the thing where he kind of has to do that. I know you wish that. I wish that too. But I think the subsection of us here aren't big enough nationally. Like the average person isn't us. We're not average people. So I think he has to do that. But again, I could be completely wrong. I could be completely wrong on that. Who knows? Who knows? Kat, who is the men behind me? Like, do you mean the photos? So this here is my grandpa. If you can see, that's my grandpa. And the rest is family portraits of him and my grandma and my mom and her siblings as kids, as children, just post World War II. It's actually really neat portraits. Maybe if everything wasn't hooked up, maybe when I'm on a live on my cell phone one time, maybe for members only, I can actually do a quick live of that, either tomorrow or something like that. My sister's texting me. Okay. Wellness group ultimate detox. Yeah. Yes. I hope sometimes action must come first, then ask for forgiveness. But sometimes action must come first, then ask for forgiveness. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Maybe the prayer that I was talking about. Well, everyone needs forgiveness. There's no one going to be perfect. So we all need forgiveness. That's why Christ came. I pray so much. I've been dead in a scuba diving accident. There's a hell. Be good, pray, and follow the 10 commandments. You've been dead in a scuba diving accident? There is a hell. Wow. Yeah, I've heard of near death experiences. So thank you for sharing that. Many people have had these experiences, and a lot of them are verifiable. Okay, this topic has gone like completely spiritual. So let's just plug it for a second. Uh, there is a book of legitimate, verified near death experiences where people like experience life beyond like when they've been physically dead. So that's real. So that should pause everyone, that should pause anyone's mind and be like, okay, I have to think about this for a second. If my soul is eternal, where am I going after this world? So the number one, the most important question you can ask is, what does all mean? Where am I going? And is there life after death? Which there is. And if there is, who is this God? Should I get to know him? Yes, you should. That God is Jesus Christ. Seek him, seek his face, and he will reveal. Seek him sincerely, and he'll reveal himself to you. Amen, says Wild Vegan Child. It takes the spike protein out of your system. What does? Prayer? Um, Talk to the Lord. He will calm the storm within you. Praise his name forever. Yes. This is turning into like preaching. I love this. I'm loving this. Yeah, if you don't know the comfort of the Lord, I urge you to seek sincerely with a sincere, open heart and mind. He'll reveal himself to all people who are seeking. Every day I pray for our evolving and authentic, better together well-being. Given the leftist woke to broke pandemic, I'm open to divine intervention featuring decent aliens and angels at this point. Yeah, I think the divine intervention will come from God. He's the sovereign, eternal creator. Angels under his command. I don't think I believe in aliens. If I think there's anything alien, it's probably just angels or forces, spiritual forces, whether good or bad, we don't know. But you got to be careful and discern those spirits. But knowing the Lord will help you discern that. Wellness group is company ultimate spike detox. Look for it. I see what you mean. Okay. The media seems to demand a reaction on literally everything going on. I think that is unrealistic, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, that's a healthy, reasonable take. PP has to play to win first. After that, he can open up. Until then, he's still just the opposition. This is what I was like. I sort of, yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like he has a very tight rope to walk in Canada. It's not like in the States. And that's why I'm always lamenting the fact that there's not enough people who think like Americans do to like push, yeah, freedom oriented, harder stances on things. It's different in Canada. It's not the same political landscape in Canada. Sorry it took me so long, says David. That's okay. I think that's exactly why he has to do it for those who don't like Trump, but he does not have to hate. I don't know if I've seen him hate. Maybe you interpret it that way. I don't know if I agree. Maybe you've seen something I haven't. Again, the Cat Canada Reset Show. I'm not sure what that means. Reset, like, do you mean praying? Yeah. Have a few friends on it now. Oh, you do? Okay. Wish I knew how to post a picture for you all. Well, you can't in the comments. You can, I don't know if you can in the community. I think in the community it's just comments without a picture. But find us on X. Join X if you haven't. You were gone for 14 minutes, had a toe tag on. Oh, wow. For 14 minutes. Wow. Okay. See? Like that's an unreasonable amount of time to come back from. Yet here you are. Divine intervention. Praise God, you're here. Thank goodness to tell the story. PP does not rage on Trump. Only the left do. You mean when people's minds are going haywire when they're dying? It's all mental, clearly. Well, how do you know? It's all mental, clearly. How do you know that? Is my question to you. How can you verify that? You are a near-death experience survivor, multiple and part of university research. That book, I think it's by Gary Habermas. I could be wrong. There's a book on near-death experiences that have been verified. Like they're verified. With how they're verified, look it up. But it's not just someone's like, oh, I went to heaven and saw angels. No, it was more than that. Like they went, like their spiritual self went home and saw things they couldn't have seen otherwise, or they saw like numbers on hospital equipment, like identification numbers on hospital equipment, memorized it, came back and like, hey, this is the number, and it was verified. And the nurse is like, how could you have possibly known that? So like they're verified. It's a thing. It's a total legitimate thing. Look it up. Not all near death experiences have a Christian or religious theme. I mean, it's possible. Yeah. Like I obviously you can't verify all of them, but the ones that you can verify just strongly suggests, if not definitively proves, that you are not just um a temporary body. You are an eternal soul, which has eternal implications, internal consequences if that's the case. And then therefore the most important question in life is, where are we going? To figure out, like, where are we going? How do you start? Well, search with a sincere heart. And Johnny Cash says, I think it was a Johnny Cash quote that says, everyone who is seeking the truth ends up at Jesus Christ, which Christ said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. So there's that. You're going to monad, look up Gnostic teachings. You're going to monad. Okay. I don't know what that means. Chemicals do funny things. It affects our brains. Are you just chemicals? Did chemicals make you say this? Are you just like an unguided chemical process that came to this conclusion, Spider-Man? Like, how do you determine if what you're saying here is even something that's true if you're just an unguided process of chemicals? Is the question that I would ask you. This is, by the way, my favorite subject, like God, creation, eternality, apologetics, my favorite subject. Maybe I should host a specific live stream on that and just argue with you guys who don't believe in the comments, and not argue, like, I mean, talk. Praise Jesus, says Wild Vegan Child. Yes, amen. Praise his holy name forever and ever. Amen. I know it's not rage, but I was struggling for a term to describe it. Rage would be an exaggeration, I would say. There is no rage. He's pretty calm. Check your sister's message. Finally is more important than YouTube. I did see it across the screen. Yes, I did see it. She knows that I'm doing it until 6, and it's now 6:07. Yeah, I'll let her know. Lord Jesus and God Almighty, please hear our prayers. Bless everyone who deserves it. Your servant, Sam. Yeah. Like the only thing I'll say there is none of us deserve anything from him. Like everything he pours out on us is unmerited grace and mercy. That's the only thing I'll say about that. But I generally wholeheartedly agree. Pray for everyone, believers and unbelievers alike. Even leaders like Mark Carney, it's our duty to pray for them, because if they turn to the Lord, then, well, our country benefits. We're totally turned this into a Jesus chat, guys. I love this. Jesus told us how to get back to the light. Church lied to us. I don't know what you mean by that. That's the general statement. If you want the truth, open up the word. It's in scripture. That's where the truth is. Obviously, there's some churches that are dead and are teaching a false doctrine, but there's also like the body of Christ, which is the church, not like a building, a specific building, but us believers, we are the church. So those of us, yeah, you just have to have some discernment with that. For nothing will be impossible with God. Exactly. Luke 1:37. My cousin is a palliative care nurse and has said she had patients scream bloody murder as they're dying, as if they're seeing hell before them. I totally believe it. I totally believe it. So I didn't expect for this to turn like spiritual talk, but I love this. I love this. I love that we're on this topic. Maybe it'll wake somebody up. I'm deconverted years ago from Christianity and thought your show was about political stuff going on in Canada and not a preaching. Unsubscribing. That's fine. You can unsubscribe. That's okay. You don't have to agree. We can respectfully disagree. It is political, but the political actually comes from the spiritual. My suggestion is to read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Very good suggestion. Good to see you again. Angry Canadian, says Spider-Man. Canada needs a Trump. I don't know if we could get there. We do need one, but not enough Canadians would be on board with that. Are you in Guelph, Ontario? Wait, who's that to who? Spider-Man. Is that to me? No, I'm not, if that's to me. I believe that everyone will find a time where they will deny Christ and be able to ask for forgiveness later. Peter, for example, I would say there are instances where living might be preferable. Yeah, Peter did deny him, but I think it's the ones that harden their hearts completely and absolutely refuse are the ones that will not. Will have a chance to come to him later. Once you read Gnostic teaching, you will understand exactly what Jesus was teaching. No, this is not true, by the way. I recommend you do some more research. This is not the consensus of, this is not the, even of, even like atheistic scholars who study this stuff, what you're saying, it's not accurate. Actually, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you there. Nothing was removed. The way that scripture was compiled was not by some centralized process in a dark, smoky room with like long bearded men. It was a natural, organic, decentralized process of people, of believers who witnessed what they witnessed. So hard to disagree with that. And I urge you to look up some apologists and people who study this for a living. Gary Habermas, for example, Daniel B. Wallace, who is like the world's topmost expert on scripture and how we got the scriptures that we do have. So highly recommend those scholars. This is not logical at all. Okay, you're free to think that. No, says Cat in the Hat. Angry Canadian, I was in Guelph in 1985. Okay, let's try to catch up. And then I think I got to cut it short here, guys. Oof, okay. Matt says, I'm a Roman Catholic, though. I hope this isn't a problem issue here. Well, you're free to, we're all free to believe what we believe, right? And free to think about it and disagree. Just do me a favor, look up Gnostic teachings. I appreciate that. I'm going to disagree because I've already, yeah. I mean, yeah, well, free to send me something, but Gnostic means, history is something different. And historians, I don't think historians affirm Gnostic gospels. Like, unless you're talking about Bart Ehrman, but then again, that's a whole like esoteric topic. You needed this, Cat, in the hat. Thanks. Cheers. Hey, Cat, good to see you. Love X tweets. Nice to see you, Mike. I don't want to talk about it, but hell is real. Won't be persuaded otherwise. Yeah, it is real. Welcome Jesus to the chat. Heck yeah, absolutely. No, you are the light and Jesus teaches you've been received by the church. Reposted the stream. Thank you. Spider-Man says, talk to me later if you get a chance. What I experienced was not a hallucination. Yeah, see, like, you don't have to, we can talk about it without being mad at each other about it. Or like that one person, you can, and be like, huff puff, unsubscribe. I'm announcing my departure. Like this is an airport. Okay, guys, I think I got to everyone. Thank you for everyone who sent in a super chat and a super sticker. Let's go through them one more time. We have Brian with the yellow super chat. Thank you, Brian. We have Bear with the green super chat, and we have Silver Feet, and we have the Northern Mama. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, I'm going to cut this one sort of short. I'll see you in the next one. Smash the like, subscribe, follow me on X and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.